So I'm Breanna Jay, and I'm a case manager in our homeless assistance programs here at Community Human Services. And part of my job responsibilities are to manage clients who come in who are homeless and moving, or who might need assistance in locating housing programs. So last year I worked with a mother of 6 kids, and she had to move because she had a Section 8 voucher and where she was living didn't pass re-inspection, so she had to move. So we initially helped her with the moving costs, again, because coming up with a security deposit is pretty hard, especially if you are receiving some kind of rental assistance. So that was our initial reason for getting involved with this particular client. And then after getting involved, we were able to help identify some employment opportunities for this person to help increase the family income so that she was better able to meet the needs of her kids and herself. I was able to help her figure out transportation solutions through our relationship with Duquesne Light. We were also able to help her get an energy audit, so it actually replaced some of the appliances in her house that were really old and using up a lot of energy, which is something she wasn't aware you could do. And also we were able to help get her utilities from being shut off. So that was, and she's still there, and she's working, and she's able to, have a better hold over what's going on in her life, and she's not in crisis. The money we spend here in the homeless assistance programs versus, helping somebody move into an apartment or helping keep them in the apartment or house, wherever they're living, saves money in the long run. The amount of money that's spent on shelters and on the variety of other social programs people have to engage with when they find themselves repeatedly in a housing crisis ends up costing a lot more than just outright helping them get housed and helping them stay housed. So, if anyone's interested in saving money and doing the right thing, investing in these kinds of programs that help move people along and keep them where they are is a lot better than letting them hang out in the wind. So Operation Save a Life is a street outreach activity that Community Human Services does on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. It's myself, some other staff members, and volunteers, and we either on the north side or the south side, depending on the night, we go around to camps where we know folks who are currently without viable shelter or we look for folks, depending on where we are. And we provide them with food, hygiene kits, socks, and then, depending on the weather, seasonally appropriate things. So I like to do water in the summer, and then the colder months, things like hand warmers, gloves, blankets, and we try to make sure that they're connected to available resources, and if not, we try to make sure that they get appointments to appropriate providers. Sometimes it's whether, to see a doctor, go to a clinic, or making a housing appointment to look into housing options. And it's always interesting. I think it's a pretty humbling experience to see people who, for whatever reason, have kind of been forgotten by society or ignored by the rest of society. So just to make sure that they are staying connected, that they are doing okay, not medically compromised. We are always happy to have volunteers, whether that be just for a few weeks at a time or more long-term. And in terms of donations, we are always happy to have clean white socks, hygiene items, especially deodorant, because that's pretty hard to come by, but also bottles of shampoo or soap or razors, tissues, and cold weather items like gloves or even hand warmers, which I tend to buy, but donated would be awesome. And these kinds of things are always appreciated. Blankets, especially now that it's getting to be nearly freezing. So if someone's interested in volunteering for Operation Save a Life or donating any items, or we'd happily accept a check, they can contact me by emailing me, which is B for Breanna, Jay, at chscorp.org, or giving me a phone call at 412-246-1639.